Somebody asked me a question today. Is it good that one player gets over 80% of the goal of a team? Is that a good thing? Of course, it's not a good thing, because if he gets injured or decides to leave the team, you are going to be in trouble. But the thing is, again, it's a good thing on the other hand, because, I mean, if another person is scoring and he's scoring, I mean, the team is winning. Maybe the team is tailored around him as well. So you take it, because whatever gives you a win as a team, you take it, and you can work on other things as you can. Transit Sports TV back again. Champions League is back. First day of day 2. And of course, we have some very interesting results as usual. Just a quick review of Tuesday's games, but focusing on Real Madrid, Chelsea versus Benfica, Liverpool traveling to Galatasaray. Obviously, Victor Osimhen did business today. Let's run down through the results. Of course, you know Bayern Munich played today as well. The day started with Club Brugge losing to Atalanta away from Atalanta, winning them 2-1, coming from behind to win that one 2-1 Atalanta. Real Madrid, obviously, Mbappé, the hottest thing in Europe right now, in European football right now, getting his hat-trick, scoring against the debutant to Champions League away from home 5-0. Atletico Madrid beat Frankfurt 5-1. Tottenham drew against Bodo Glimt. Chelsea, came up with a very, hard-fought win, 1-0 at home. The first game at home Champions League in about 3 or 4 years now, against their former coach, Jose Mourinho, bringing Benfica to Stamford Bridge. Liverpool fell 1-0 to Galatasaray in Turkey. Inter Milan beat Slavia Prague 3-0. Marseille won Ajax 4-0. Ajax is really becoming a nonsense team these days. And Bayern Munich traveling all the way as well, winning another debutant to Champions League 5-1. Yeah, let's start with Real Madrid. Like I said, Mbappé is the hottest striker in Europe right now. I think he has about 12 goals already this season, scoring a hat-trick today. And obviously, I was one of the people that said that Mbappé, though I still don't believe he's an out-and-out striker, but somehow his fitness, commitment, focus, hard work, and everything that he has brought into it has given him what we can see now, scoring goals unconventionally as a striker. Of course, he's not a player that hosts or play for any team, but his mobility around the box, his intelligence and confidence in himself, in his ability to take shots and take chances. Of course, he takes penalties for Liverpool, Real Madrid as well, has been getting him goals, and he and Real Madrid are good for it. Somebody asked me a question today. Is it good that one player gets over 80% of the goal of a team? Is that a good thing? Of course, it's not a good thing, because if he gets injured or decides to leave the team, you are going to be in trouble. But the thing is, again, it's a good thing on the other hand, because, I mean, if another person is scoring and he's scoring, I mean, the team is winning. Maybe the team is tailored around him as well. So you take it, because whatever gives you a win as a team, you take it, and you can work on other things as you can. Chelsea winning at home to Benfica against Jose Mourinho. It wasn't one of the best games you will see, but I mean, they lost their first game to Bayern Munich. They only needed 3 points today to give them confidence going into the game against Liverpool on Saturday. I think it's at Stamford Bridge as well. So they had to dig in today, and that they did. Benfica came with all kinds of questions, and Chelsea somehow managed to answer those questions, got their goal. The only thing I can say is Chelsea still doesn't play with a structure. Their game is open end to end. They play against teams that have any kind of spine or quality, you always going to score against Chelsea. They gave away chances today, but somehow Benfica refused to take those chances. They also had more chances to score as well. And so that's the thing with Chelsea. They leave it open. They believe, this team is young, obviously, and I think the average age for Chelsea is 23 years. That tells you at this level they are very, very inexperienced. But Maresca needs to get this team together and structure them a little bit, because sometimes, you are going through a difficult patch. You won't go up. Try to shush up a little bit. Try to make it a little bit difficult for the opponent and see off your lead, and then begin to grow from there. You have a few players injured. The key players are not playing right now. So yeah, just stay within. Don't lose game. Don't concede goals, and build on that and help your team grow in confidence. The last game we're going to look at today is Liverpool. I said this at the beginning of the season when Liverpool were spending the money. I said this is the time for us to know what Arne Slot really is. Because last season was a free hit for him. He came in to meet Jurgen Klopp team. So obviously, if anything had gone wrong, he had that freedom to do what he needed to do. But then, most importantly, what I was hammering on, Firmino, I know you watch this video. Let me know what you think. I said it that now he has players that he brought in and the players that were there before. How he's going to manage to bench these players that gave him the success last year and play the ones that he brought in, or bench the ones that he brought in and play the ones that were there before. There's always going to be that friction there, because the ones that were there before are going to start to feel that you don't trust them, and that's why you brought these people in. And if you bring a player here and not using him, again, he's going to be wondering, coach, why am I here? So that man management this season is really going to figure out how Arne Slot is going to do it. And so far, he has not done it very well, because Brian Viggs, good player, I love him, but he hasn't really, up till now, no assists, no goals, has not really done much for Liverpool. And because of him, you're benching McAllister or those players. Soberslai is playing because for 2 games or 3 games, he had to play as a right back because Frimpong was not there. So that midfield right now is not the midfield we had last season, and Liverpool is suffering for it. It's putting a lot of pressure on the defense and making teams play to that midfield easily, because Vids doesn't want to do the defensive work. He wants to be on the front foot, and once you do that, you're leaving only 2 midfielders. Like Gravenberch, who has had a very fantastic season so far for Liverpool, they leave just him and the other midfielder in that middle, and it makes it difficult for Liverpool. Konate has not had anything other than average performance, even less than that, every game in, game out, with all kinds of mistakes. You can see he won today. Alisson bailed him out and eventually got injured. Now we don't know how long that is going to be. And Alisson, out of that Liverpool 5-man defense, is going to be a big miss for them. So Arne Slot has a decision to make. One more thing that I've figured out about this Liverpool as well is they are two-way open. It's end-to-end against Liverpool. They concede chances to opponents. It's just they have managed to outscore opponents. But the last 2 games now, they have lost, and they have met teams that are more stubborn, and they have what it takes to also put them under pressure. So Arne Slot has a decision to make. Do I go back to what gave me success last season and gradually build? Because I also said it that Liverpool used to do this before Klopp came in. Sign 7-8 players every summer. History has shown that you don't do that to your first team and get it works. You can't change 5 of your starters in a team, or 6, your starting 11, and there's always going to be that adaptation, that time to adapt, on the blending and all that. Today he did something different. But I don't know what that was for. If Mohamed Salah needed rest because of Chelsea match over the weekend, I don't know what Arne Slot was trying. He played Soberslai as a right back and played Frimpong as a winger. And I said it that Frimpong, good player, but I don't think he really wants to be a right back, like defensive side of that position. And Liverpool is really suffering. Structurally, they are all over the place. And Arne Slot brought calmness to this team when he came in last season. I think he needs to revert back to that and gradually build his team. Isaac might have to come in for Akitike, who got injured today. I don't know how long that's going to be. And there might have to be adjustment in the midfield. Play Frimpong on the right back, Play Soberslide, McAllister and Gravenberch. This midfield gave you the success he had last season. Then gradually easing Florian Wirtz and the rest. So let me know what you think in the comment section. The Liverpool fans out there, is it time for Arne Slot to revert back to last season? What do you think is the issue? And again, the big question is, if Van Dijk is to get injured today, will Liverpool survive? And then another question is, Arne Slot, is he feeling the heat of the top level? Is Arne Slot struggling to get Liverpool back to winning ways, or is just football happening to Liverpool? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you again next time. Ciao.